Hey, how's it going?
Hi, how are you?
What do we got?
I have a really cool vehicle I want you guys to check out.
All right, I got a lot back there. You wanna pull it in?
Sure.
Come on, Dad. This could end up being a rusty old junk car or something absolutely amazing. We won't know until we open up the gate.
You gonna open the gate or what? What in the hell is this?
It's an Airboard Hovercraft.
It looks like something somebody really rich would buy their kid at a Sky Mall.
I came to the pawn shop today to try and sell my Airboard Hovercraft. I went to an auction, and I don't really think anybody else knew what it was. It looked like a space mobile. It's taken up a lot of room in my garage. It's time for it to go.
All right, now, how fast does it go?
It goes upwards of 25 miles an hour.
Can you do tricks on it?
My kids can.
What kind of tricks could you possibly do on this thing? Jumping jacks?
Well, no, it's a hovercraft. This thing should be able to go on water. This is like Back to the Future, Star Wars kind of stuff. It's neat technology how these things work. Can I open up the trunk or the hood or whatever it's called?
Help yourself.
You got a motor in there. It spins a turbine and blows down, creates a cushion of air underneath. And it's got air blowing out the back, and you just cruise along. There are a lot of practical uses for hovercrafts. There's some really huge hovercrafts that ferry people back and forth across the English Channel. The military uses them. They're neat. I mean, they literally go straight from land to water. Can I test drive it?
Absolutely.
My dad usually turns into a giant nerd when it comes to vehicles, but he's really outdoing himself. What is he gonna do with a hovercraft? He's not Marty McFly.
All right.
Dad, don't hurt yourself.
I'm not gonna hurt myself. Got the helmet on, see? Safety first. So you just give it gas and lean, right?
Kind of maneuver it with your body. You gotta pump it up with the air and hit the throttle, and you're gone. Good luck.
All right, here we go.
It looks like he's riding a vacuum cleaner.
This would definitely appeal to anyone who loves gadgets. I just gotta get it for the right price so I can flip it fast. I had a good time on it. It's sort of like a moped. They're fun to drive. You just don't want no one seeing you do it. How much do you want for it?
$15,000.
No, really, how much do you want for it?
What would you be willing to give me for this?
I don't know how much they are new, but I'll give you $2 grand and take a shot at it, but that's about it.
Could you do 6?
No, it's an interesting toy. It will be difficult to sell. This is just a complete impulse buy thing. There's no way I would go $6,000 on it.
4?
No,
Could you meet me halfway?
I'll go $2,000.
Best you can do.
$2 grand. Really, you gonna sell it to me?
I am.
Okay, let's go inside and do some paperwork.
Okay.
Now I'm the owner of a hovercraft. Michael J. Fox, eat your heart out.
What do we got here?
I got an old Stevens shotgun, 3 triggers. It's been in the family for about 60 years. I travel around the country with my line of work, and I've been toting the shotgun around for the last 15 years.
What do you do for a living?
I'm an insurance adjuster.
Sounds like you should have a briefcase, not a shotgun.
I came to the pawn shop today to see what kind of money I can get out of my rare 3-trigger, 12-gauge shotgun. I hope today I get a check for $100,000. One thing that I think is really cool about the shotgun is because of the 3rd trigger, is the one that opens up the breech.
Okay, so instead of the little lever on the side, they use
Exactly.
that. Okay.
And I believe it was made for somebody special. That's all hand engraved right there.
Oh, absolutely. Stevens, they made good rifles. They made excellent shotguns. We get Stevens guns in here every now and again, but this 3-trigger model shotgun is something you only hear about. It's rumored Wyatt Earp had one. It's definitely badass.
How old is this shotgun?
I would put that at about 150 years old.
It's in really good shape. What you have here is you got a barrel that's made out of Damascus steel. I mean, Damascus steel comes from Damascus, Syria, and there's a few things with the steel there that just made it better. You can see kind of like the wavy lines in the barrel. Pretty much what they would do is they would take wire, wrap it around a solid piece of steel, and heat it up and hammer it till it became one solid piece of steel. Real expensive process, at the time, the best steel in the world. So do you have any idea of what you're looking to get out of it?
100,000.
Are we just shooting in the dark there?
Nobody's ever seen one before.
I've never seen a 3-trigger shotgun in all my life. For all I know, the thing could be worth tens of thousands. On the flip side of that coin, it could be worth absolutely nothing. Would you mind if I called a buddy of mine down to have him take a look at it?
That'd be fantastic.
All right, man, appreciate it. I really want this thing, but when you're dealing with a gun that's this old, lots of things can affect the value. And the last thing I want to do is make an offer and find that I'm way off. Jemison, how you doing, man?
Hey, Big Hoss, how's it going?
Going good.
I've been a gun appraiser for approximately 16 years and specialize in antique firearms, particularly Western firearms like Colts and Winchesters. Well, Corey, I have to say this is one of the rarest shotguns that I've ever seen. I've only seen maybe 4 or 5 in about 16 years of doing this. And most of them, they're unengraved. It's all on the frame and also on the trigger guard. Very nice scroll engraving.
I mean, I kind of figure that to engrave it and make it look that good, I'm assuming you had to be kind of a wealthy guy to own it back then.
Well, reasonably wealthy. I think people back then appreciated firearms more than they do now in a way because they were a sense of livelihood. This shotgun was used for hunting primarily. It does capture your attention with the 3 triggers. Other than having the front trigger unlatch the barrels, it's pretty much a standard hammer shotgun. They were very good quality for that period. This gun's seen a lot of wear, a lot of use. This might be a repair. You can see where the grain doesn't quite match, so it might be a little splice right here. You can see the butt is really worn, like it's been used quite a bit. It does have pitting on the barrels. This gun would classify to me in fair condition.
Well, hold on there. How would you rate that as not being in excellent condition? It's 150 years old.
Doesn't
How
matter.
many have you seen?
Yeah, it doesn't matter, sir. You know, in the gun trade, it has to be in really, really mint condition. I think there's a misconception out there that rarity is always worth money. Most of the time, it needs to be old and in excellent condition.
I just don't know what it's worth.
That's to be expected. It's unusual. Most people wouldn't know what it's worth. This gun, in the condition that it's in now, would be worth about $700 to $1,000.
How much?
$700 to $1,000.
There's no way.
If it were in much better condition, it would be worth a lot more money.
How much more?
If it were in really nice shape, maybe $2,000 to $3,000, and I'm saying that maybe.
Jemison, thanks for coming in.
Thanks a lot, sir. I don't think he will get a better price. If he sells it to anyone who knows firearms, they're not going to give him much more than that for it.
If you're gonna hold me to make you an offer, I'm gonna offer you around 500 bucks.
There's no way. I've done turned down 2,500. I honestly would like $10,000.
If I were you, I would chase down the guy that offered you 2,500 and shake him down for it. I think maybe the 3-trigger thing, it might have just not been practical, which could have been why they stopped making the 3-trigger models. So you want the 500 bucks?
No, I can't take the 500. It's worth more than that just to show to people, my friends, when they come to visit.
You know, man, it's been in your family this long, you might as well
Sure.
keep it for another 60 years.
I'm going to continue doing my research. In my own heart, I know it's worth more money.
What do we got here?
An Ivory Tusk.
Okay.
I'm here today at the pawn shop with my Ivory Tusk that is beautifully hand carved. I would hope that I could get somewhere between $1,000 and $1,500 for it.
And what do you want to do with it?
I want to pawn it for 7 to 10 days. I
Okay.
need some money between now and 4 o'clock.
So how'd you get this thing?
I bought it in Taipei.
How much did you pay for it?
I paid a lot.
Okay. Unfortunately, it's not ivory.
What do you mean it's not ivory?
This is bone. It's pieced together bone, and it's made for the tourist trade. It only took like 2 seconds to tell this wasn't ivory. I've seen this hundreds of times before. They were in Asia. They went to a market. They were told they were ivory. They spent a lot of money on them.
I was told it was ivory.
Ivory would be a lot heavier than this.
Who says?
Says me. Bone is porous. Ivory is not. Ivory is completely solid. If you look close, see the panels, the way they come together like that? Well, if it was real ivory, it would just be one solid piece. And what they do is they cut up pieces of bone and they shape it around a piece of wood, and this is what you get.
Oh my goodness.
As a matter of fact, through the split right here, you can see the wood that's underneath it. When you go overseas, there's a lot of unscrupulous dealers who will tell you it's ivory when it's not. I'm not really interested in buying ivory anymore. I mean, ivory used to be needed for billiard balls, concert pianos, and a few other things. Nowadays, you have synthetics. I don't like the process of getting ivory. I don't like the politics of it. I don't like anything about it. How much were you looking to get out of it?
1,000 to 15.
There's no way. I would loan you like $100 on this.
No.
Okay, that's what I can do.
Do a little bit better.
There's no way I could do better. It's not real, it's bone, okay?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, but I don't loan on pretty. I loan on what I can sell it for. Okay, I mean, that's basically what you got. All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you. I'm very upset. I was told it was ivory, and years later, now I'm finding out that it's not.
I've been trying to convince the guys that I can find them some killer deals. So I found something that could make Rick a whole bunch of money. I just hope he's got an open mind.
Hey, what's up? You guys from the pawn shop?
Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing?
This place is amazing.
World's largest collection of Nikes.
It looks like a temple to me. So give me a minute while I meditate.
Every shoe in this collection is brand new, and each shoe represents a pivotal Nike innovation. This collection's my pride and joy, but I'm looking to sell it because it's time to move on. I'm gonna ask for $1 million for my collection, but I'd be willing to take $800,000.
So what all do you have here?
Well, it's the world's largest collection of Nikes. It's broken down into categories like running, basketball, different themes, and all the shoes are on display with toys and props that bring them to life.
Really interesting. Do you sell these?
I'm gonna sell them all at once.
Okay. Can you show us around?
Oh, I'd love to. You've got 40 years of Nike running, all in chronological order. Where Nike running ends, Nike basketball begins. So you got 5 aisles of basketball.
There's just so many damn shoes.
You'll never find another collection like this anywhere.
I can appreciate a few good pairs of shoes, but this is insane. What are those?
Up top, we've got 3 dozen Oregon waffles. The waffle sole was created by the founder of Nike, who started pouring rubber and synthetic materials into a waffle iron to try to get soles that would grip the ground better. This shoe's an Oregon waffle from 1973, and it's in University of Oregon colors, which is where Nike got its start.
So how much is a pair like this worth?
$1,700.
Holy. Nike was started by Phil Knight and Bill Bowerman selling shoes out of the trunk of their car at track meets. They quickly became one of the most popular brands on the planet, and many of their product lines would sell out in minutes. That's why they're so collectible today. What are those sneakers?
The shoes behind me are inspired by cartoons, comics, superheroes, like Superman, Spider-Man, the Incredible Hulk.
Okay. I like Grouch.
Oscar the Grouch.
Just because you are a grouch.
You must like Cookie Monster then.
I don't know. What is that?
That's the dunk corner.
Holy sneakers. Bam, there it was. The Holy Grail. This thing was freaking amazing.
So what's so special about these, chum?
I mean, you got the What the Dunks, you got the Supreme collection, you got the Huffs, you got the Diamond Tiffany Blues. Everything's here. Can't believe it.
So what exactly is a dunk?
In 1986, Nike made the Dunk. It was a basketball shoe. But since then, the Dunk has become an iconic skateboarding shoe. And behind me are about 50 pairs of the rarest Nike skateboarding shoes that have ever come out.
Okay. What's your most expensive pair of Dunks here?
This pair right here is worth about $5,000.
Whoa. So what do you want to do with all these shoes?
I want to sell them.
How much do you want?
$1 million.
$1 million for shoes. You got to be kidding me.
I know for you, it's just 2 things on the bottom of your feet. But for other people, this is a whole world.
You really believe these shoes could be worth $1 million?
Yeah, I'd say we got close to, 15,000 just on this top row.
I think Chum set up a real possible deal here. I know enough to know that people will pay insane money for some Nikes.
But I need to take a step back and work the math. $1 million comes out to $500 per pair of shoes. I'm thinking if I can get this guy closer to $200 a pair, it might be a deal. But I have to keep my labor cost in mind.
I mean, what's your rock bottom price on them?
I want $1 million.
What I'm looking at here is something that's going to take me 2 years to sell a ball. I'm going to have someone working for me for 2 years that I got to pay a salary to sell all this stuff. I mean, I'll give you 300 grand for it.
No way.
I mean, it's cash, you walk away, you don't have to deal with nothing.
No way, not even close. I'll come down to 9.
Rick, don't let the deal of a lifetime slip out of your hands. Rick is a tough negotiator, but I can't let him pass this one up. This is a gold mine for him, and not to mention a pretty big payday for me.
How long did it take you to buy them all?
13 years. You'll never see another collection like this in the world.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I'll go $500,000. I won't go anymore because literally it's going to cost me at least $100,000 just to sell it all.
$500,000 is $250 a shoe. I've got shoes in here that were $5 grand. I'll come down to 8. That's my rock bottom price.
I'll tell you what, I'll go $550.
I can't do it. It's just too low.
It was nice meeting you, man.
Rick.
It's nice meeting you, too.
Rick!
I really appreciate you letting me see everything, but come on, chum, we gotta go. This ain't gonna happen.
You want to sell anything individually?
Thanks for coming by. Nah.
Thanks for showing me.
Come on, chum.
You're really, really missing out. Rick, you know what? I still think it's worth a chance. Really sucks we didn't make that deal. Rick would have made some serious money, and I would have got my 2%. And having those shoes in the shop would be unbelievable.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. When you walked in, I thought that was a cake.
I've got a diamond tiara,
Okay.
and it was formerly owned by McKinley.
God, this is pretty amazing.
Who's Ida McKinley?
She was President McKinley's wife. There was stories about how he treated his wife better than any other person in Washington. If you said anything bad about his wife, you were immediately fired. I mean, there was just no two ways about it.
I'm here on behalf of my brothers. This piece was passed down to them. It was made by Dreiser & Son, a very prominent jewelry artist, and it's 220 diamonds. I'm asking $75,000. Would really like to stay pretty close to that number. 65, 70 might be able to do it.
Very, very interesting story. I'm surprised there hasn't been a book or a movie. She's was the only first lady with epilepsy. But it's a weird thing. I probably know more about Ida McKinley than I do about McKinley because I had epilepsy when I was a kid. As a kid with epilepsy, I researched people with the condition. And there was a lot of famous people. Julius Caesar, Napoleon, Edgar Allan Poe, and Ida McKinley. So I'm really interested in this piece. Basically what we have a tiara that these things bolt onto.
Right, correct.
Okay? But also on the back, you have these little clips like this, so they could be a brooch also.
Exactly.
All right, now, it's really nice work, I'll tell you that. I mean, it seems from the time period, you know, it just intrinsic value here, diamonds and gold, you have like $6,000 or $7,000.
Wow, okay.
So what do you want to do with this?
I'd like to sell it. It's been passed down to my 3 brothers, and it's something that's kind of hard to split into 3s.
Okay, so they stuck you with the job of trying to find someone to buy it?
Exactly, exactly.
What were you looking to get out of it?
$75,000.
I really, really like it. It's just putting a value on it is difficult.
But it's a multifaceted piece.
I agree with you. There's a lot more here than just diamonds and gold. It's got a story with it.
Right.
It belonged to a celebrity. So let me call my buddy Greg up. He deals in just really elaborate vintage jewelry. He will look at it, and we will try and figure something out. Okay?
Looking forward to it.
I love this piece. I know it's worth more than the parts. The question is, how much more?
Oh, there it is.
It's like the crown jewels of the United States.
It's an interesting looking piece. I'm the owner of Fred Layton. We specialize in vintage and antique jewelry, and we help people understand jewelry in the context of historical periods and also understand value. Late 1800s, you saw a lot of jewelry in nature motifs, a lot of bird feathers, wings. Pieces like this were quite popular. The diamonds are fine quality for the period. They're what you would expect to see. The idea that this was convertible and has the fittings for both the brooch and also the tiara, and I think that's kind of neat. So the question becomes, what do we know about the provenance? How can we substantiate the provenance of the piece itself?
It's seen in this official White House First Lady photograph. This is one of the events that was going on at the McKinley Museum, and it's featured there.
Well, certainly it does link in a fairly official way this piece to Ida McKinley. You know, how much value that adds it's a little bit of open to interpretation.
What would it go in your store?
Well, I think in a retail store like Fred Layton, we would see this piece sell for $75,000.
Okay, sort of what he's wanting. So we're gonna have to talk a little bit, but thanks, man. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. There are many collectors, people who have a fashionable sense of style, who would actually really appreciate that piece, both as a piece of jewelry and also because of its history.
So what are you thinking?
I'll give you 35 grand.
It's a lot of money. After hearing what he has to say, I think we've got to get more. You know, if it does retail for 75.
You're not gonna be able to retail it. I mean, what's your bottom dollar?
I think I've got to stick around up at the 75,000
There's
mark.
no way. There's no way. There's very, very few people in this world who can pull that money out of their pocket and buy a tiara.
I gotcha. What's the best you can do?
40.
I think we're probably a little bit too far apart at this point right now, but could I ever come back?
You can come back. You know what I mean?
The offer stand?
No. No, economies change.
Yeah,
I mean, they really do. I mean, I'd go 43. That would be it. 43 is a fair offer.
That's a great offer, and I appreciate it. I'll be back in touch with you.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Thank you very much.
You know, I got a little lost in the history in this thing. I'd love to have it, but the most I can go is 43,000. Any more will just be gambling.
I got a call from some guy with an old Ford that he wants to sell. Everyone else was busy. Rick's gonna be really proud of me when I finish this deal all by myself.
Whoa! What is this thing, man?
It's the Hellbilly.
This thing is sweet.
Thank you.
Tell me about it, man.
My actual inspiration to get it was, as a kid, my favorite show was The Munsters.
Yeah, this does look like it's straight out of the Munsters, man.
Yeah.
You kind of do look like Eddie, too.
Hellbilly is a hand-fabricated rat rod, hot rod hybrid. What I love about hot rods is the attention that they draw. I don't think I got enough attention as a kid. I don't want to take a penny less than 30,000. If he offered me 30, I'd hand him the keys.
This thing looks pretty sweet. Tell me about it.
Well, it started out as a 1930 Model A. The only original part of that is the cowl and windshield frame. With the exception of the drivetrain, every other piece of this car was handmade.
Tell me about the motor right here. This thing looks pretty beefy, man.
It's a 350 Chevy with a street blower on it. Puts out about 600 horse. A lot of noise, and it actually shoots fire out of it.
Out of these right here?
Yep.
That's an awesome touch, man. Let's check out the inside if you don't mind.
Gate latches for doorknobs.
Oh, my goodness. I like the skull right here. That's a pretty nice touch.
Thanks. The airbags are on the center console, along with the flamethrowers.
Ooh, don't want to touch the flamethrowers. This thing's pretty cool, though, man. Whew, I feel like the Dukes of Hazzard getting out of that thing. So there's only one thing left, man. I need to see this thing shoot those flames.
Glad to do it.
Wow! Yo, I've never seen flame shoot out of a car like this. I know it might not be the thing that adds a lot of value to the car, but it's an awesome touch.
I was not expecting that, I'm not gonna lie, man. That was pretty awesome. So I take it you're looking to sell this thing?
Yeah, I think it's time to start another project.
What kind of price do you have in mind? What are you looking to get out of it?
Honestly, I need 30 grand.
It's a little bit more than I could spend without asking someone else to come down and check it out.
No problem.
Okay. So let me call him up.
I'll see if he has time to come down later today. We'll see what we can do.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love for somebody to come and look at it. Who knows? They might even say it's worth more than I want.
Definitely awesome looking, one of a kind for sure.
So what do you know about a Ford Model A? Why did they turn them into drag cars? What was the attraction there?
It was just the perfect body to chop. The guys in the late 30s, they actually did a lot of street racing. They'd chop the roof off, get a low roof line so they could go faster, and they would soup up the flathead V8 motors. So they were actually racing these on the streets. But they weren't quite this radical at that time. These cars got radical in the 50s. Well, this car can still be called a Ford Model A because it has its original cowl left, which has the VIN number, the vehicle identification number of the actual 1930 Ford. I like the chop a lot.
That looks like a Hot Wheel.
It does, and the little sunroof definitely catches your eye as well.
So tell me what you think about the interior.
Let me see it.
Yeah, let me open it up for you.
A lot of one-off stuff I can see. I like the chain steering wheel. The skull is really cool.
So what do you think?
It's definitely pretty cool, but I haven't seen the flames yet. That's what I'm waiting for.
Oh, well, let's light it up.
Let's do it. Very cool. This car is an extremely, extremely cool hot rod. It's definitely a one-of-a-kind. You can see that they poured their heart and soul in it. I've really never seen another car that blows flames like that.
Pretty badass, huh?
Definitely. That's the word for it, all right.
Have you seen everything you need to see on this car to tell me what you think the value could possibly be?
I think I can give you a good, honest value on the car. It's very cool. It's got a cool factor of 10. I look at it as a semi-novelty, something you want to pull up to car shows, show off, and have fun. I honestly would put a value on this vehicle of 24, 25 grand. You're not going to be able to just jump in it and drive anywhere you want to, so we're limited as what you can do with this car.
All right, well, thanks, Steve. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure, chum. It really is. Thank you very much, Sean. Very nice to meet you, too. Great car, by the way.
Thanks a lot.
Generally, you do not get the money back. After you dump your life savings into these cars, you usually get about half the money back.
I'm ready to make you an offer, but I'm not sure you're ready to accept it.
Okay.
I'm literally looking to offer $19,000.
Yeah, no way. I mean, first of all, he didn't say it was worth 25. He said he'd pay 25. So obviously there's profit to be made at 25. And honestly, I don't even know if I'd want to take 25. So we might be too far apart on this.
You know, I think my top dollar is going to be 22.
Man, we're close. But I'm not going to go 22.
All right, well, my boss always tells me, if the deal's not right, the deal's not right. At 22, I can make a deal with you, but at 25, I'm gonna have to walk.
All right.
If you change your mind, I'll be at the shop, man. Give me a call, I'll come back down.
All right, man. Yeah, since I didn't sell it today, I'm just gonna park it back in the garage and list it locally, and I'll get my price eventually.
Good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good. I'm trying to sell my Montie, Montana memorabilia.
All right. Big Hoss.
Yeah.
We got some Hannah Montana memorabilia I need you to look at.
I don't want it.
It's not Hannah Montana, it's Montie, Montana.
Is that her brother or something?
I'm coming into the pawn shop today to try to sell my Montie, Montana collection of boots, rope, and one of his shirts. Over the past 10 years, I've collected these items, and I've spent about $2,000.
So who's Montie, Montana?
He was the second most famous trick roper next to Will Rogers.
Okay.
He set a record for being in the Rose Bowl parade. He was there for 60 years, every year.
Okay.
Besides doing the trick roping and the parades, he was a movie star. He was in movies with John Wayne, did about 35 movies in his career.
Okay, that's a lot of movies. The quickest way to piss off my dad and the old man is to buy celebrity memorabilia and then find out it's fake.
So what can you tell me about the shirt? Looks pretty fancy.
It is. It's embroidered front and back. Got his brand on it.
Rhinestones everywhere.
He wore that in the Rose Bowl parade.
So you looking to pawn it or sell it?
I need to sell it. My wife says I have too much stuff in the house.
Okay. I mean, this Monty Montana might be very famous, and this collection might be worth a lot of money, but until I call in an expert and find out more about it, there's no way I can make an offer. I mean, the stuff looks cool, but I really have no idea what it is.
So, Montana's cousin, dude.
So I'm gonna bring in a buddy of mine to tell me what it's worth, and maybe we can make a deal.
All right. I'm looking forward to meeting with the expert. He's going to tell Big Hoss how important my collection is.
How's it going, Mark?
Hi, guys. How you doing? Good to see you again.
My name is Mark, and I'm the owner of Western Stage Props, and I've been buying and selling and collecting Western memorabilia since I moved out here about 25 years ago.
As soon as you called me, I took this off the wall. I'd known Monty Montana for about 30 years. We were good friends. And we used to do a lot of trick roping conventions together. You're dealing with Hollywood royalty here. He made about 35 movies with John Ford and John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart. He was so big, he was in the Eisenhower inauguration. Here he is roping Eisenhower.
Wow.
He drove the Secret Service nuts when he did that. Let's take a quick look at it. Start with the rope. You can tell whose rope it was by the kind of knot that they made in it. This is traditionally a Monty Montana knot.
Okay.
And if you turn it over, you actually see his initials on it, the double M, the Monty Montana. When you're looking at a boot, you look at the style of the boot. Basically, it's indigenous to the costume or the style of that cowboy. You get the Monty Montana brand, and I've seen him wear these boots, I mean, many times. The guy really used them, you know? And the shirt is a rare find. This is a piece of Hollywood history. You can tell this is definitely Monty Montana's shirt because I've seen him wear it. I mean, it's definitely his style. It's got his initials on it. I know who made the shirt. This is a Turk shirt, which is a forerunner of Nudies, who made all the shirts for everyone from Elvis Presley, Elton John, Roy Rogers. Prior to Monty Montana, embroidering and rhinestones really weren't the fashion with cowboys. But once he came along and kind of set a new standard, country music singers today are basically following the same line of Monty Montana's fashions. Well, from the look of all this stuff here, you got a really great collection. I mean, everything is authentic. Everything's in great condition.
So what do you think they're worth today?
About 10 years ago, we sold a pair of Monty Montana boots for about $1,500, and they were about this shape.
Okay.
As far as the rope goes, I've sold 3 of these at auction for anywhere between $500 and $1,000. Some of the shirts are being sold, especially Monty Montana's. Last time at one of the auctions, I think it went for $3,000. You add this whole thing up, and the entire collection is worth between $5,000 and $6,000.
Awesome.
Mark, I appreciate you coming in.
Well, great. Thanks for calling me.
Now that I know this collection is real and it's worth a lot of money, I've got to buy it as cheap as possible. What are you looking to get for him?
I'm hoping to get $6,000. That's what I was looking for.
I could probably do about $2,000.
There's no way I could sell it for $2,000. I've got that into this collection.
It's really cool stuff to have. It's a real specialty item. Unfortunately, there's no way I could really pay more.
I've had this collection for 10 years, and there's no way I would break even on it. Big Hoss needs to raise his offer, or I'm taking this stuff home. Can we negotiate on this?
If you want, I can do $3,000, man, if it helps you out.
All right, thank you.
I'm really happy with the deal. I got this stuff for $3,000. That leaves me a lot of room to make profit.